Hello and welcome. Uh, if you've read the title or just know anything about Smash at this current point, you know the new character got revealed today. And you would know it's Sora. Now, to start, I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan, despite what this says. I just like the key brand, alright? And secondly, this character's stupid to be in Smash. If you're a Kingdom Hearts fan who just clicked on this because the title is Sora in Smash, don't leave yet, alright? Or don't leave a comment yet. So, here's the thing. I I really don't like Sora to begin with. He's in reality a self-insert. Think about it. Imagine a character who that you essentially have to project yourself on into gets put into a game full of gaming icons. Think about it. Do you want that character? Say that I take the protagonist from any JRPG, alright? Other or not JRPG, just any RPG that allows customization of the main character. Would you want one of those in? Or like, what is the default selection? No, of course you're not, because that's just a character you get to design and it's a self-insert. But Sora is just a pre-designed character you're supposed to project yourself into. Not the best thing if you followed the logic that I just used there. But let's say that you don't mind that. Yeah, he's a self-insert, but he has some neat abilities, like in the magic skills and different key brands. Or key blades, whatever. Well, you'd be quite disappointed, because they don't have any of those, really. He has basic magic, but that's really no different than Hero's basic special moves outside of his down B. Speaking of which, the down B for Sora. Oh, wow, that is. Oh no. It's way too good. Way too good. Because you can dodge. I, just make it a counter at that point. Or with kind of something like Bayonetta's Witch Time, where, she blocks and then time slows, or something like that, where you counter and it's a stat boost, like Incineroar, but instead it increases the duration of his flight. Or glide, whatever, same difference. But that's the biggest issue with this character. His air game. Too good. Way too good. Because the thing with it is, he can fly like Steve, but you know where Steve's downside comes in? At the fact that he can't attack during it when he's floating around in the sky. Sora can. And that is basically half, not even half, nearly 75% of his moveset is going to be air-based. And guess what other characters in the previous Smash entries were air-based characters? Now, Bayonetta, which everyone made the meme of Burn the Witch, who was a final DLC character of Smash 4. And then my personal PTSD-inducing nightmare of a character, Meta Knight, who could glide around the screen and attack during it. Sound familiar? Because a lot of the people that are playing Ultimate were people that either never were in Smash or joined in Smash 4, because that's when the series, really started, getting its massive player base. Because at that point, Brawl, yeah, it had a lot of players, but the amount of issues it had kind of threw a lot of people away, such as the tripping and the fact that Meta Knight was stupid overpowered. Oh, wait a minute, that's going to be Sora. Let's really think about this. When did you start playing Smash? You start The original? You're watching this video, you're more than likely a Kingdom Hearts fan, so probably not. But then, what if you started in Melee? Then you're gonna hate this character as well. Because that game had very little to no air game for majority of the characters. Think about it. Yeah, Fox could do the whole offstage, shine, knock them, spike them kind of thing. You only use that once in a blue moon. When you manage to knock them off stage, you're in a position where you can quickly jump down, shine, and then they get spiked and die. And then you get back up, because Fox's recovery sucked. That's about it. Brawl, Meta Knight, kind of just was the air game character, and he is very similar to Sora in a lot of ways. So we're gonna just ignore him. Yeah, outside of that, no air games. Charizard and Pit had air games, but it was not really good because they couldn't really attack quickly out of it. Then Smash 4. Again, a little air game, but it was starting to get a bit more common. With the removal of glides, it kind of nerfed it, which I think is a pretty good idea. And then Ultimate, where air game is half of the cast. Or not half of it, like 25% has a good air game. Because every character now has actual good jump squats, because it's all been standardized. And now, everyone has a decent enough double jump. Except Steve, but he kind of has the ability to, build anywhere. How about that? How's that for an air game? Would you consider that an air game? Being able to build your own platforms in the middle of the air? Of course you're gonna consider that an air game. That's not. Oh yeah, he's a super ground fighter because he keeps making his own. No, that's a Little Mac. But if you gave Little Mac the ability to build, he would be literally the most overpowered thing in the universe. But still. But then when they're bringing back gliding for a character, one of the most hated features of Brawl. What? And I have a feeling that Sora cannot be nerfed. His toolset by base is going to be too useful. Just off of the glide and the basically invulnerable dodge that he has for a down B, you're not going to be able to really nerf that. Like, yeah, you can nerf his glide time to basically nothing, but then he's just. Then what is he? He's not a character at that point. Then he's just another Fire Emblem sword character, and the internet, and we know how the internet reacts to that. Very poorly, actually, except for Byleth, for some reason, but yeah. Then, if we really think about this, how are you going to rework his kit? I got an idea. So like I mentioned earlier, counter for down B, because if you're going to do that whole dodge, that's nearly invincible thing, just go full on counter stat boost to glide time. Or that's what I would say if it wasn't my next change. But actually I'm just gonna say just give him buff to movement speed. There we go. Problem solved. Give him the little Disney magic things behind his feet and then boom. He's moving as fast as here using Accelerado. Or almost as fast. And then I don't know. Here's an idea. Remove the glide entirely. I know that's kind of one of the things he does, like semi-commonly, but it's not a good idea to have a glide that could go probably across nearly an entire stage on a character with an air game as good as this. So I'd say change his teleport. Make him open a key in the middle of the air and then reappear wherever you're going to try to teleport to. There we go. I nailed the aesthetic down for it of just quickly open up the lock, and then just appear up in the sky and just open it back up, fall through. Problem solved. You can still have like 3 jumps or something to give him his air game good. But other than that, his toolset is primarily just air game, but it still is somewhat balanced. Maybe tweak some damage and knockback where it's needed once he comes out. But that's about the only thing you can do that'll keep him within balance. Because obviously, some of this is going to get changed within like the first week or two. Because of the fact that because a lot of the DLC characters that when they come out are way too overpowered and then get nerfed, kind of like Sephiroth, for example. He was way too overpowered, and then they nerfed him, and now he's pretty solid, just not, overbearing God like he was before. But if you really want this game to not have another Bayonetta, petition for Sora to be nerfed. Heavily nerfed. Because again, character with great air game, who more than likely can just not, what I'm gonna see is if he can, zero to death you, just grabs you and just takes you all the way to the top blast zone and then spikes you into next week. Because that would not be a fun thing to play or play against. Alright? And if you don't want another Meta Knight, get this character completely reworked. That's about all I can say on that matter. But, in the meantime, you all stay hydrated. I'll update whenever whenever he comes out, and whenever I get to play him. Alright? Peace out. Oh god, I'm not editing this out. Whatever, stay hydrated.